Welcome to the first episode of Millennial Minds, where we shoot the shit and build bridges, not walls. Today is a special episode where we're going to specifically talk about Zach Snyders Justice League. I have my co hosts here with me, Drill
Yo.
and King.
Yo, yo.
So let's get into it. Drill, why don't you start us off? Introduce yourself and say what your thoughts were going into this film.
Hey, I'm Drill, also known as Nick, my friends. Um, I came into this movie with absolutely no expectations. I actually did not intend to see it, but Neo pulled me into it. Um, we watched it in one sitting, and yeah, it was interesting time, different format, and all that. But yeah, we'll get more into that later.
All right, King.
Yep, I am King Ronan. I am a hardcore DC fan. Been a DC fan since day one. Will say the Marvel movies are better, but can't deny those DC boys. My pre
Right.
thoughts going into the movie. I had zero expectations based off the first Justice League movie. It was pretty bad. I think acknowledged by the world that it was pretty bad.
Mm.
And yeah, but this one left me pleasantly surprised. So yeah, anxious to talk about it with you guys.
Yeah, I'm also a pretty big, just broad superhero fanboy.
Mm.
Uh, I somehow lucked out and didn't see the first Justice League movie, so this was my first time seeing it, and I also had pretty low expectations, but I had hope that it could do good,
Mm-hmm.
and we'll delve into that.
Mm-hmm.
But does anybody want to get into anything that stood out to you with any particular character?
Anybody?
Uh, yeah, I mean, every character we want to talk about, I
True.
think,
True.
throughout. Uh, but I'd like to start with Cyborg,
Okay.
I think.
Mm.
He's probably the character that stood out to me the most in this movie.
I
And
would agree with you.
yeah, so not seeing the first cut, there was a lot less Cyborg,
Mm.
I believe.
In the first one, yep. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I don't know if you guys know. Does anybody know Cyborg's like comic book origin?
Uh,
Because I've seen his powers come from the mother box in
mm-hmm.
the movie.
Mm-hmm.
I've
It
seen that in one other place.
is that comic book accurate, Neo?
Yeah,
Do you
yeah.
know?
I don't know. I don't know for sure. I think it is, but I could be wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
He's not someone that I've really. I know him mostly from Teen Titans, like I will admit.
I
right. I
In
see.
think
terms
everybody
of,
does to some
yeah,
extent.
Yeah,
he's
I think
been
that's
more
most popular.
modernized lately, and like brought to the forefront.
I see. I see. Drew. Uh, what makes you say cyborg? What stood out to him? Stood
Uh,
out about him?
I don't know. Just I don't know where to begin with him. He did have a lot of content in this movie,
Yep.
Yeah,
and
I think that's probably the biggest difference there.
I suppose so.
Yeah.
But
definitely more screen time.
yeah, I felt like they did him a lot more justice in this film in
Mm-hmm.
terms of his going over his whole origin
Mm-hmm.
and
Because in the
just
first
kind of
film, it was almost one scene, his backstory.
yeah,
But in
yeah.
this one,
Like I didn't
it's
see the first
That
movie, but
sounds
I
bad.
know
yeah,
of how it went down more or less.
yeah. I think they really try to emphasize the relationship between him and his father in this one. C-
Yeah, he was really complex.
Really complex. Because in the first one, it was literally one scene.
Jeez,
It's really
that's
bad,
pretty brutal.
but this time they actually gave their relationship a chance to breathe. Like, and I think that they actually did a good job. Like, I actually cared about the father. Like,
Yeah,
because in the
Yeah,
I
I
first
thought
one, I
agree.
did
so.
not. Hmm?
I was just saying I agree.
Yeah. And in the first one, I felt like I didn't really understand why Cyborg was mad at his father. Like, I it kind of seemed like it was the same kind of tropey kind of father son relationship where like his dad was he was the star football player, but his dad couldn't really show up at the games because he was at work.
Right.
So that
Yeah.
kind of put a strain on it. But and
I don't know if they. like had any expectation of the viewer to like know his backstory already.
Yep.
Maybe there was something there.
I'm guessing they did.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But yeah, just I enjoyed all of the content
Mhm.
of Cyborg in this movie
Mhm.
pretty thoroughly.
Mhm.
Um except for well, not really except, but there were a few weird quirky bits. I guess it's kind of inherent to superhero movies. I was just like, "Oh, wow, he has he like just controls all computers and
Yeah.
the
Yep.
anything?
Yep. This
Anything?"
and just to put this in context, this was not in the first Justice League movie at all.
Oh.
No mention of him controlling the world is not in his palm in the
Yeah.
first Justice League
Yeah.
movie. That did not
Yeah,
happen.
they went really hard with him this time. I was just like, "Whoa.
And
Okay."
yeah, and it just blows my mind. I just don't understand how you could cut that away from the movie. It seems like an essential part of the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Joss Whedon definitely made some directorial choices that are questionable,
Hmm.
to say the least. Yeah. Was anything bad about Cyborg? You guys like Neo?
The aesthetics. I don't
Okay,
like the
okay,
I don't like
okay.
the
Yeah, it's
transformer
still a
angle
thing.
We can
CG
talk all
thing.
day about this CGI.
I mean, it's just something that you have to put up with, I guess. Uh,
Yeah, but it there's choices though.
yeah,
Like they definitely, it's like they wanted to show off this form. Like they took.
yeah.
There's plenty of time. Like the hoodie thing. Like even the him in a hoodie looked awkward. Like
I think he looked
Yeah, a little
like
bit.
personally. I think he looked better when he was wearing clothes because
yep,
it was his limbs that was probably the worst part. The
yep,
limbs, and then like when you really stared at his chest because he had too many angles.
yep. And it always seemed like no matter the angle, it was always disproportioned. Like
I
something was
mean,
always a little off.
I don't some of that has to be intentional, I would think, cuz
Maybe,
like
maybe.
so like when he got messed up, like did he have any chest left?
Yeah, he was pretty much. I
You
made
talking
that
about after the car
passing
wreck?
joke to you. Yeah,
Okay.
I made that passing joke to you, Drill, that he reminded me of Anakin after falling in the lava. He had one arm
Right,
Mm,
right,
and
yep.
right.
no legs.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Uh,
Okay.
he was basically just an abdomen.
Yeah,
Yep.
I was wondering if like his whole abdomen was just, technical or, mechanical stuff. But
I
yeah,
mean,
I
when
guess
you
that
saw
doesn't
that
really.
scene where the his dad uses the mother box on him, it like
Yeah.
basically built off of him. And it was
Right. I
just
couldn't remember
like they
exactly how
said,
that
the
went down.
magic, the technology is basically at magic level, or at least it
Right.
gives the illusion that it's like magic, and it just ended up covering him like nanotech
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
and just creating the form.
Mm-hmm.
I will
Yeah.
say though, I like the look, and this is probably just a me thing, but I did like when he has that little mask that goes over his face.
Okay. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, I was okay with that.
Mm-hmm. Another thing, like I don't know if it was just me, but I felt like when he was in combat though, it wasn't as bad. I don't know if it was because he was in combat, or maybe like they spent the money on the combat portion of it, but it didn't seem as bad when he was in combat.
It might be something worth going back and checking out.
Yep.
I didn't know if I just felt like I got used to it over time or what.
Maybe that's it too. Yep. Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah, I feel like they did like I said, I don't know too well about
Mm-hmm.
his origin, but I think that is the gist. Like
Mm-hmm.
he was a star player. Both of his parents are important people who are busy,
Mm-hmm.
and he loses his mom and has his own self loss,
Mm-hmm.
and
He
his
says something
dad in
really weird.
desperation.
Go
What
ahead.
did he say?
No, he when he was like he was talking to his dad and he was like, if you were there, the mom would still be alive.
Right, yeah.
Oh,
I was
yeah.
like, if you were there, all three of y'all would have been dead.
Myself and Drill made a comment about that too. I was like, well, you
Yeah.
don't know the chances. Like it could have played out exactly the same way, but your
Yeah.
dad is also there. Like you
Yep.
don't know.
Yep.
It could have.
It
I
was just a
mean,
weird line to say.
I just think it was a tropey
yeah,
line.
Hmm.
I suppose.
Yeah.
I think it was a throwaway.
Yep.
But yeah, I think like getting the basis down that his dad out of desperation created Cyborg like
Yep.
that is the
Right.
gist of his character, and of
Yeah,
course
that's the important part, I guess.
he's got to do the whole emo thing like, oh, I'm a monster now, look what you've made me, and
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, but all the any complaint that would have about this movie or any character, they all are mostly small. None of them are like glaring, but it's
Hmm.
just like, yeah, it could be cheesy,
Yeah,
something like that.
it is a comic book movie though, so it has
Yeah,
some inherent cheese in it.
and
Yeah.
you could say like even though they've had a few, you could still say this is like their first. Like this is them really trying, testing the waters.
Hmm.
And
Mm,
I don't know. There's a lot of things that I do appreciate.
Yeah, they
Uh,
definitely flushed them out a lot more.
yeah,
Uh,
yeah.
I want to segue over to Flash
okay, couple things,
because
couple
you know,
things. Um, what do you guys think about the Cyborg and Wonder Woman relationship? Because that wasn't in the first Justice League movie either.
oh, that little
The
altercation on the
relationship?
street.
Yeah, like she was the
I
main
didn't feel
reason.
like it was much of a relationship, but
Yeah, she was the main reason he came to the Justice League.
right. I
That was
guess she recruited him.
Oh,
I guess.
right.
yeah.
Yeah.
Did you feel
I
like
don't
it
know.
was genuine? It wasn't enough there to like really make you
Eh,
care.
it was passable.
I see. I see.
I didn't
Yeah,
really. I don't
suppose
really.
so.
I'm indifferent.
What'd you say, Drew?
Uh, I suppose I agree in terms of it didn't stand out to me.
Okay. Yeah. I noticed it, but it wasn't. It's like they tried, like they attempted to do it, but didn't really follow through all the way with that
Mm,
relationship.
yeah.
This
Feel
comes
that.
up numerous times in the movie too. We'll get to the awkward Batman Wonder Woman hand touch later on in the show. Yeah, but yeah, what were you saying, Neo?
Uh, I don't know. Moving off of Cyborg, I
Mm-hmm.
wanted to say that I appreciated because, like I said, I had low expectations with the movie,
Mm-hmm.
but I also had low expectations with one of my all-time favorite DC characters, which is Flash,
Mm-hmm.
and I am kind of disturbed a little by the suit and the fact
Oh,
that
okay.
yeah, Barry Allen is the comic relief, which is not really a Barry Allen thing. It's more of a Wally West. But I know that
Mm,
nowadays, right now, WB is just kind of homogenizing those two characters because,
Yeah,
in truth,
yeah.
kind of
those two
streamlined.
characters are so much alike. Like Wally West is pretty much just a carbon copy of Barry Allen, so they might as well just be the same
Yeah.
person.
Mm-hmm.
And I did, I said to Drill as well that I didn't really laugh at any of his stuff, but I did appreciate the energy when
Yeah, I
he's.
love this energy. Yep. Um, since we're
Yeah.
on the topic of, oh, sorry, go ahead, Drew.
No. I just said yeah.
Um,
His energy.
yeah, his energy definitely was superb.
The
Um, I,
Speed Force energy.
I was a like from the first Justice League movie. I was not a fan of Flash. Actually, I just felt like I don't know. It just
I
he
could
just kind of
see that.
he kind of felt like an inexperienced. They didn't really flush out his smartness at all. Too in the first one, it was just like he was just like a
Yeah,
kid that can run fast. Like,
he
it,
was definitely a unique interpretation of Flash.
yeah,
So then I have a question then. When
yep.
you say like his smart side, did they not even have that scene with his like base?
With his base, what do you mean?
Yeah, his little hideout
Uh,
where he was like trying to. I assume what he was doing in there was being the Flash and supposedly trying to figure out his dad being accused of his mom's
murder. Yep.
murder, which
Yep.
is
Oh right.
which is per the course for Barry Allen's origin story,
Yep.
which they didn't really. They just touched it just a tiny bit.
Yeah, because it's just a teaser because it leads to something else. It's like a big reveal. I looked that up actually.
Uh,
Oh
Yeah, like the person who actually killed his mother is like a super powered person. I
oh
don't
yeah,
remember
it always
exactly.
is.
Yeah.
It always ends up being Reverse Flash.
Yep. Yeah,
well,
it was Reverse
Sparth.
Flash. That's who it was. Yep.
Sparth.
Yep.
Sorry.
But yeah, but this movie really turned me on to Barry Allen. I'm actually excited to see a Flash movie now. Like before I wasn't.
If we get that.
Yeah, if we get it cuz it's been recast and had a different director
Ooh.
5 different times.
Wait, when you
Oh,
say
yeah, that makes
recast, do you
sense.
mean it won't be Ezra Miller? Or
It's been talks about recasting because
damn.
I believe yesterday they came out and said that they won't be going forward with this the Snyderverse. So yeah,
Well,
I don't know what they're really gonna
rip.
do here. I don't
Yeah.
know about Aquaman 2. I don't know about any of these.
We'll talk about more about the extension stuff in
Yep.
the epilogue section.
Okay.
But yeah, I want to talk about what didn't hit so hard for me
Okay.
in terms of characters. Like Aquaman and Batman, both characters that I liked before this movie. I really felt. I know there are mixed opinions with Batfleck, but I feel like personally he embodies the perfect Bruce Wayne because he
Mm.
seems more stoic and contemplative.
Mm-hmm.
But in this movie, this bitch hardly ever talks.
Yeah.
That is true.
And then the lines that they do give him, or supposedly Ben Affleck himself gave himself,
Yeah, because I highly
are
doubt somebody's
two of
giving him
which are
lines.
jokes about being rich.
Yep.
The one time it felt like okay, they had to do it when Flash gets in the car with him.
Yep.
He's like, "So what's your power?" And he's like, "Being rich."
Yeah, they even had
But
the
then
music
later,
drop. They had the music drop when that happened too. That was crazy.
yeah. But then later in the movie, they did it again when he saved Martha, Superman's mom, from losing her house. And
Mm.
Superman's like, how did you possibly make a deal with the banks? He's like, I bought them. Like, of
Yep.
course. Like,
Yep. Oh,
like super.
and then don't forget about when he showed up to Aquaman's place offering him 20,000 to have a conversation.
Right, yeah. I feel like that was less of a it was less of a joke and more of just like a flex, but it wasn't like as both I
Mm-hmm.
either a joke or a flex. It was both. It kind of fell flat. It's like okay, you're like flexing on these people. I audibly said like, what the hell do these people want with your money? Like they live out in the middle of nowhere in the mid Atlantic. Like
Mm-hmm.
Eh,
The common fisherman.
yeah,
I
that's
don't know.
interesting how 4-hour movie Batman didn't get a lot of screen time. But
Yeah.
Could be a lot
and
in the background going on there. Just, the memes, sad fleck.
yeah, I mean
Yep.
he was central in like important plot points, but
Yep.
not a lot of lines, which I guess is kind of Batman.
Yeah.
He's
True.
not the most talkative.
He was not short on epic entrances though. Not at all. Um, did you like Batman, Drew? Did it work for you?
I have not gotten used to him as Batman yet.
Hmm.
Um,
So the casting.
yeah,
I
yeah.
see.
I mean, it's fine, I guess.
Hmm.
Uh, he, they haven't really, they had the Batman v Superman, and that's all that we've seen of Batfleck besides this movie, right?
Yep.
So there's not been a Batman movie yet, which
Nope.
guess they'll do that. I don't know.
But he will be included in the new Robert Pattinson one.
Yep.
But that's a whole nother discussion.
I mean, I guess
100%.
they feel like it's we know Batman by now.
Mm-hmm.
True.
Yeah,
So
he doesn't. We don't need
It's
this.
like the Spider-Man complex. Like, do we really need to hear the same thing?
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. We all know what happened to Uncle Ben.
Yeah.
Yeah. Um. Yeah. I was actually excited when they cast Ben Affleck as Batman.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was just coming. It was just right coming off of his. I think he won a Grammy for like Argo. I think that was a movie. So
Mm.
he was a top
Yeah.
tier talent. So and I'm all about casting. So I was like, okay,
Did he write or direct that movie?
Argo. I believe he wrote it and produced. Yep.
Man.
Was he a character in it? I haven't seen that movie.
I'm not sure. I haven't seen it either. It's not really my type of movie, but
Mm.
I heard it was fantastic though. But like the critics. So
Yeah, I guess he was off of that high, and he wanted to
yeah.
get into he wanted to dip his fingers in the superhero movie realm.
Yeah, always been a famous story about Ben Affleck. He actually built a bat cave in his house. Like
Oh,
Oh,
what?
he's always been a big Batman fan, so he always
That is
wanted
oh
to
the
go.
wow.
first I've heard of that.
Yeah, yeah.
Wow.
So yeah, I thought that was crazy. So yeah, I was excited when they first cast him. I was like, okay,
Just he just became Batman. He's
yep,
the one guy who did it. He's like,
hundred
I'm gonna
percent,
be Batman when I grow up, and then he did it.
100%.
Crazy.
Yep. I actually seen a lot of pudgy jokes about Batman in this movie.
Pudgy jokes?
Yeah, they said he was
Uh,
fat.
Huh.
Yeah, a lot of people were
okay,
saying that.
so let's get into this. I like his aesthetic because what it's mimicking is the Dark Knight Batman, which is the comic where Batman, it's really gritty, and Batman actually beats the living crap out of Joker to death
Yep.
with
Oh,
his fists.
he's
Hmm.
he's a thick Batman.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
a thick
hence
Whoa.
the
boy.
symbol. Like the whole thing is an ode to that comic.
I
I
see.
read this way back in middle
I
school.
see. So
Like
you
it
was a
was the
fan of
graphic
the
novel.
aesthetic.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay, okay.
because that is a great Batman, and
Hmm.
like, yeah, I don't know.
I liked it too. I like a big bulked up Batman. Like
Yeah,
the Christian Bale is like kind of rough times, but What
Yeah.
about you, Drew?
Uh, yeah. I mean, I appreciate his aesthetic. I guess I like a sleeker Batman in general, but
I see.
I'm okay either way.
I see. Um,
Um, did
Batman
we
is
say?
he was just to me, in my opinion, he was the most disappointing of the movie. Just in
Hmm.
Yeah,
my opinion, like
I
Aquaman's
would.
very close, but Batman's
y-
definitely
Yeah, I would go ahead, in my opinion, just go ahead and put them both at the bottom. They
yeah,
do. They just kind of like they tried to make Aquaman like a secondary
yeah,
of comic relief to Flash, but
yeah,
really both of these characters in this movie felt like they were just kind of emotionally distant.
yeah.
They
Like
were just
never really
not
a part of the
invested.
team, kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Uh,
Another thing here. Damn, it just slipped my mind. I'm sorry. Go ahead. Yep, slipped my mind.
I was just gonna say, like, we talked about the ups with Flash and Cyborg, the
Yep.
downs with Batman and Aquaman. I felt like Wonder Woman was kind of in the middle ground for me personally. Was exactly the way they left her with the movies, like at least with how I felt about her. So like they didn't really have to touch her anymore.
Mhm.
She was used decently enough through. At least
Mhm.
that was how I saw it.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. I felt like a lot of the cast, surprisingly, like they all had their scenes more or less, but
Mhm.
a lot of how I felt about them was just carried off of their previous movies.
Mhm.
Like I still
Yeah,
liked Aquaman, even though he, you know,
Mhm.
yeah.
didn't have much to do in terms of dialogue, I guess.
I mean, the action scenes were great.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
were great. Yep, they were great.
I felt like how Batman post Batman v Superman, where Superman dies, there's got to be a leader, and we would jump to the conclusion that Batman would lead, but it
Yeah.
really felt like the glue here was Wonder Woman,
It definitely
and
did.
the key player was Cyborg.
Definitely. Yep,
Mm.
100%.
Cyborg was definitely key, and I mean Flash kind of helped there too.
Yeah,
But
with
a lot of the movie definitely played on Cyborg's power,
yeah,
trying to
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
solve
which
Team
the
leader
issue with
Wonder
the mother.
Woman,
which
MVP Cyberborg.
that
Yeah.
is a directorial choice too, because they could have went the easy road and just gave the main roles to Batman and Aquaman.
Oh yeah, for
They could
sure.
have easily done that, but they gave it to Wonder Woman and Cyborg, so that for that they get some credit there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. That's a good point.
yeah, definitely.
Shit, that,
And Flash even had an important part too.
yeah.
Um,
Um,
yeah.
how
Oh
about the
yeah.
bad guys?
Quick
How
thoughts on
about
Wonder Woman, real
Steppen?
quick. Quick thoughts on Wonder Woman. I've
What?
never really been a fan of Gal Gadot, but
That's
Mm.
fair.
but like aesthetically, 10 out of 10, she is Wonder Woman. Like it's, you know what I'm saying. But
Yeah. Yeah.
acting wise, her faces in epic moments kind of trigger me just a little bit, just
Oh,
Mm,
because
really?
it just like kind of breaks the immersion for me. You know, just a little
Mm.
bit. I'm just like, you definitely don't have like
yeah,
years
she's
of
kind of more
experience.
one
You know,
note.
yeah, yeah,
I feel
but
like what I get, like if I'm just picturing her face right now, I get a stern look, and like that's
yeah, it's
about
like
the
nothing
range
else.
that she has.
Yeah, yeah, I'm with you. Yep. But yeah, I just want to slide that in there. Sorry.
No, you're good.
Yep.
Um, Before we move off of the character discussion, I feel like we should talk about obviously the antagonists.
Mm-hmm.
So Steppenwolf,
Mm. Mm-hmm.
what little we saw of Darkseid,
Mm-hmm.
his right hand guy. Did he have a name?
I'm not sure.
His
The guy
Vizier.
that Steppenwolf would, yeah, Vizier basically,
Oh, the
yeah.
guy that came out of the little wall thing with the.
Yeah,
Okay, I see what
he
you're
was
saying.
talking to Steppenwolf
Yeah.
and like as a middleman.
Yeah, I'm not sure about the name. I don't think Steppenwolf ever said it in the movie. I'm not sure.
Oh
Yeah, I don't
yeah.
remember.
I guess he wasn't super important, but he did have lines.
Yep, he did. Yep.
Yeah, they
Um,
definitely put in a lot of Steppenwolf.
Hold on. What was that guy that was coming out that tablet? Was he the guy that was standing to the left of Darkseid when they came through the boom tube?
yeah, at the end,
Oh,
yeah.
okay. I see. I see. That was the same guy. Okay,
Yeah,
that makes
he
sense.
looked like he
Yeah, I
was
don't remember either.
a slightly more elite caster dude. If you
Mm.
remember that scene where it's the flashback and they're talking about the unity of the mother boxes, it seemed like he was a step above those sorcerer-looking guys that were chanting to make them unify.
I see.
Huh.
Because he had the similar look. He had like a cloak, and he looked like he was just like a really pale alien being, that was kind of lithe.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Darkseid was set up to be the future villain, so we'll no doubt see more of his lieutenants or whatever you want to call them.
100%. I heard that the lady's name, the lady that's standing to his right, her name is like Grandma Death, I believe. Is Grandma something like that?
Oh, the person looked like more human.
Yep. Her name is like Grandma Death, and she just like I forgot
Okay.
her role, but
I'm not too familiar
it
with
was
that character.
yeah. I don't think too many people are. That's the thing.
Did she have lines? I can't even remember
No,
her.
she did
No.
not talk. She did not.
Okay.
Um. About Steppenwolf, a little context in the first movie.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure the aesthetic of him, it completely changes. Like he was like a
Really?
dude with armor on. He was a dude. His
Oh,
face
He
was
wasn't
different.
even
He
like a
wasn't a
demon
monster.
alien
No, he was
thing?
not a monster. He was a guy. He had a
Oh,
face like a
oh
human face.
wow.
Yeah, it was that different. Like
Huh.
that's horrible.
it's drastic. Like yeah, and and in the first movie, he didn't really. You know how like in this movie, he's like trying to like make up the dark side and get his role
Yeah.
back. That is
Yeah.
not in the first movie at all. He is simply sent there to get the
God,
mother
I feel
box.
like that's pivotal. Man,
See what I'm
all this
saying?
shit.
Do
Is
you
that
see what I'm
pivotal?
saying? I mean,
I feel
for
like,
his progression as a character, it is.
yeah, I
Yeah,
feel like,
yeah, totally.
Yeah.
But I mean, 4 hours down to 2 hours, you gotta cut
Oh
some.
yeah,
right.
yeah. You're right. You're right.
But
I
I
understand.
don't know. It just ends up sounding like all the shit that was cut out
Worth.
should have been the 2 hours,
Yep.
because it's like it's all set up. Because
Yep.
and like as a person that didn't see it,
Yep.
this 2 hours sounds like it had no context to anything.
It wasn't. It was just. It was literally ripped out of a comic book. Like it was literally like get the team together, find the bad guy, defeat the bad
Yeah,
guy.
trying to shove 5 characters into a movie and give
Yeah.
them all screen time.
Yeah.
Pretty
Yeah.
rough.
Yeah. Yeah.
You guys think we'll see more movies of this length in the future?
I think people will attempt to try it. Like other streaming services will try to use this as an excuse to do things. I don't know if it'll become a norm.
Hmm.
Yeah,
I
I mean,
kind
I
of
guess
doubt it.
that's the thing
Um.
is that it was a stream. Like, it wouldn't fly in theaters, would it?
I don't know. Honestly, it might.
Yeah, I
Huh.
don't know. I would flip a coin,
It
but
might. It would be like you have to take
I don't
breaks.
think
There
it's
have to be
gonna
like a break in the
replace.
middle or something.
Yeah,
I don't
definitely.
think it's gonna replace our current standard. I think
No.
Um.
it
Uh,
could be a thing that we see that is more acceptable,
yeah.
Yeah,
but I think right now, moving forward, people like, and when I say people, I mean like services or any company out there that feel like that they can either double dip in the money that they've already made or right the wrongs, like with this movie in particular, like
Oh, dude, I didn't
where
even think
fans
about
like end
that.
up, yeah. So if there's ever any upset, they can just come back and say, oh well, it's kind of like the whole mantra with video games right now in the industry, where people release half-made games and then come out with updates later.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Oh, God, you've painted a dark future. I mean, I guess it's the current future.
Yep.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yep.
If this came out in theaters, it would just be 2 movies.
Yeah, it would be part one, part two.
Yeah,
I think Zack
that's
Snyder's
tough.
actually talked
Why
about
did I
this.
why
I,
did I even think of this?
yep. He actually
Terrible.
wanted to release it in parts, but he couldn't
Mm.
do it because of the contract situations, and everybody was signed up for movies, so they had to
Mm.
release it as a movie.
Uh,
Yep. I
Huh.
watched the little interview.
Well,
I,
geez.
I will say, in my opinion, because like originally they were
Hmm.
toying with the notion that this could have been a 3 or 4 episode series.
Yep.
I don't think that would work now. Now that I've watched it, I think it was good to watch it in one. I don't know
Yeah.
if I said this, but I watched it in one sitting. We didn't
Yep.
take a break. I was enthralled,
Yeah. Me too.
but I don't know if
I
I could
loved it.
make this a habit.
Yeah. Me neither.
Mm.
He said he didn't want to leave on cliffhangers. That's why another reason he didn't want to
Well, that's good.
release in episodes or series or anything like that. So yeah.
Yeah, I think that is a smart decision.
Hmm. I actually like. Oh, back to the Steppenwolf. I actually came to really like his character. Like
Yeah.
I felt
Yeah.
for him when he was getting packed up by Superman. I
Yeah,
did. I did.
flicked like a fly.
Yeah, that was a like he was just running rampage the entire movie, and then Superman shows up and he stopped running rampage.
All right.
Yeah.
So you bring up a fight scene. Let's just get on right into it. In the
Yep.
cinematography, like the
Mm.
scenes, music,
Oh
the
my God,
landscape, and stuff.
this is my favorite part of the movie.
Yeah.
Yep. Zack
So,
Snyder is my favorite director when it comes to like imagery and like making a moment
I
epic
mean,
and like that
yeah,
type of thing. Like you,
300.
yeah, you can say what you want about his storytelling and stuff like that, but the way he like portrays it all is fantastic. Like I don't know
I
anybody
was
else. I'm
Yeah, I
sorry.
was talking about the same thing with a buddy from work,
Yeah.
Alex. We were talking about just like between 300 and what was another one? I
Watchmen.
think Watchmen, but
Yep.
I think it was Sucker Punch too.
Yep.
Those
Sucker Punch. Yep.
movies,
Weirdest movie ever.
yeah, I think what he attempts to do with this movie, because it's a comic book movie, and it's both a blessing and a curse. This is a double-edged sword here. I noticeably, like, I want to say before even an hour in, I was like, man, they're using a lot of slow-mo, but it's because as an artist, I could see in his mind he's recreating the experience of a comic book, right? Because you're looking at still frames.
oh
So
yeah.
when you're slowing down action, you're seeing these epic like, oh, I'm gonna throw a punch or slam a axe down on you, like someone's moving really fast, and I don't know. Like I can understand that, but when you use it so much to the average audience member, it might come off gimmicky or
Mm-hmm.
tropey. Like, okay, like you really need to think about how many times you use an effect like that. I was saying that I personally would have appreciated like one or two times an example for the Flash where we don't see it from his perspective, where everything's slow around him.
Yeah, you see it from
Instead,
the other
it's
person.
the yeah where you wouldn't be
I
able to
love
see his
that.
movements, and you see nothing but a blur. You see lightning strike something multiple times,
I love
Oh
it.
or
yeah.
after images.
We didn't really see that at all. It was
No,
always
it's always slow mo.
Yep. Yeah, that was actually one of the big criticisms like that I've read about the movie, and he was like he slow mos everything because I remember in the movie he slow mos a cup being put on the fence, and I was like,
Yeah,
what was the reason for that? Okay, so yeah, I understand a little bit.
it's art. You wouldn't understand.
Yeah.
definitely unique cinematography, just like throughout the movie.
Yeah.
I mean, when you come to get this kind of infamy as a director and producer, like you're definitely gonna develop habits and like have like you're gonna say it's your style, but maybe you can't step out of yourself and notice that maybe you do it a little too much and you're not trying things new.
Mhm.
Maybe it's his comfortable. Like maybe it's his Michael Bay. I gotta add explosions, and
Yeah.
you know.
Hmm. That is
Yeah.
definitely his Michael Bay. I love the way you put that. 100%.
Um, so I know you have an opinion about the music. I will
Yeah.
just
Yeah,
out,
I do.
and I'm sure Drill, you have an opinion too. I'll just come out and say that I
Hmm.
couldn't like there was so much coming into me in terms of like things I was noticing that I just couldn't as much this watching like really take in the music. I caught maybe two tracks.
Hmm. Yeah,
Yeah.
two definitely stuck out. Go ahead, Drew. Though. I'm sorry.
No, no, no. I wasn't gonna say much because I really just didn't uh notice the music at all. I
I
don't even
see.
know why.
I see.
It just did not stand out.
Yep. It didn't do its job.
I don't want to shit on it, but I do remember now I'm thinking about it a lot of the screaming
I'm
like
Mm.
not sure how much of that came through Discord.
Yeah,
yeah,
a little bit. It cut off quick.
you know,
Yeah, I
the
noticed it too.
desert singing like oh someone has fallen dead or something
Hmm.
type music.
Yeah.
Oh
They've
yeah,
done
I know
it
what you
like
mean
at
now.
least 3 times I feel.
Yep. A lot of it was carried by Wonder Woman's theme too. Also.
Yeah, I said
Oh
that and
yeah.
I,
like
and also, I will say the Superman. Every time Superman's theme comes on, it was epic though. I did like that. 100%.
yeah, see I
I might be
completely
biased though.
blanked on that. Didn't even
Yeah,
know they played his theme in
like the
that movie.
scene when he was choosing his suit when he was inside the ship and both of
Oh,
his dads
okay.
were talking to him. Like the music was really
Yeah,
good.
that makes sense.
Yeah,
See, like just it, I didn't process it.
I see. Like two really stuck out to me. Like one was kind of like I don't like it at all, but the other one's growing on me every time I seen it. I watched the movie twice, by the way.
Mm.
Um, the first one was Aquaman walking off the pier about to dive into the water.
Yeah, yeah. The first time
That was the
where the
most.
people are chanting.
Nah, it was just when he was by himself. Like he drunk the
Okay, the
beer, he was
second
drinking the
time.
liquor, and then walking down the.
Yeah, and it
Yeah,
was being really dramatic, and the
yeah.
waves were
Like
hitting.
I
Yeah,
didn't
okay.
get it. Like I was so confused.
I
Like,
kept joking, like, why does he gotta come out of the water clothed, but then go in stripping?
bro, and I specifically remember he put on his shirt. 2 minutes later, he took off the shirt and
Yeah,
dived into the
yeah.
ocean.
And his
Like,
boots. Don't forget his boots.
yeah,
And it's
like
like, you're just gonna leave your boots?
he's the most tropey, stereotypical cast I've ever seen. Like
I mean,
he's just put there to be a badass, 100%.
well, badass and gratuitous. It's
Like
definitely candy.
he's definitely not there for his acting, 100%.
Yeah, it's the body.
Yeah, like because I just didn't
Adi,
get
adi,
it. I
adi.
didn't get the pierce scene at all. Like I was just completely confused. But yeah, sorry, it's a tangent.
No,
No, that's
totally
fine.
Yep.
I think that was on topic.
Yeah. I'm just trying to put that up. Oh yeah, and the second one that grew on me was the Flash one when he saved the I forgot her name. What was her name?
It's
Mia.
Iris. I
Yeah,
mean, they didn't. I don't think they said her name
they did
explicitly,
not.
but
They did not.
yeah, I think it's more of a fan service thing. Like, as a
Hmm.
person that loves Flash, you just know that that's supposed to be Iris West, his
I see.
love interest,
Yeah,
and
like the music in that
uh,
one's kind of weird, but it grows on me.
eh, yeah, I liked it
Yeah,
right off
yeah,
the
it grows
bat,
on me. I
and
don't dislike it.
I know others may see it like it might have been slightly creepy, but it was just like a moment of like love at first
uh,
sight for him while he's also trying to save her life.
yeah,
They definitely, I feel like they were trying to mimic off the same success with that one scene from First Class with Quicksilver, where
I
there's
see.
music playing and it's slow mo, and he's doing a lot of elegant, saving a life, or you know, being
Yeah,
the hero.
yeah. I will
Now,
admit, when he first grabbed the hot dog, I didn't know where this scene was going.
yeah,
I did not know where it was going, but it
yeah,
made sense in the end. They
he
knew
had
what
to
they were
be,
doing with that. They knew what
yeah,
the audience would think. 100%. hundred
he had
percent.
to be funny. He was getting an
Yeah.
I liked
application
it
to
though.
be what, a dog vet,
Yeah. Yep. Oh.
or just
Yep.
a caretaker for dogs.
I think so. Yep. So yeah, what'd you think about that drill? That hot dog scene. Was that weird for
Uh,
you?
well, it was a good scene.
Okay.
Yeah, I didn't know where the hot dog was going. I was on you know what? I'm not gonna address that.
yeah.
Yeah.
I,
Yeah.
I I was wondering if he was gonna pocket it and it would become important like way later in the movie or some shit. But it was
What I
it was
did
a
think
thing.
was funny was she was driving off and she was still staring at him through the window. And it's like, it's partially your fault you crashed.
Yeah. 100%.
Yeah.
100%.
No one was driving that scene.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
oh
and
yeah.
they
The
got
truck
what?
driver was
He trying
reaching
to
for a
grab a
burger.
burger, yo.
Yeah.
You need to go to prison for life.
Ridiculous.
Prison for life. 100%.
It's funny.
100%.
I mean, you gotta say, the things that took place are more funny than the writing of actually trying to make you laugh.
Yeah.
Like
100%.
like I
Well,
said, with the jokes that are coming from Flash or even Aquaman or Batman, like they don't hit as hard as just the things that happen. Like
their
a
physical
fucking,
humor was better than their
yeah.
Yep.
dialogue.
Yep. Yeah, because
Couldn't-
now that I think about it, I can't recall like a funny line, like just off
yeah.
the top of my head. Like the
Ugh.
1,000-year-old line that Cyborg said the Flash was they was in a graveyard and he was trying to
Oh
get Wonder
yeah.
Woman. Like that was kind of funny. Like it was a nice little moment,
Mm,
but that's pretty much it. I don't remember anything
it's a
else.
little rough.
Yep, a little short on the comedy there. Yeah.
Were there any more scenes that struck you guys?
Yes,
Like
100%.
maybe more with Steel, or Stone rather, uh, Victor's dad.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Remember when he heated the mother box to locate it?
Oh yeah, I
Oh
had no
yeah,
idea what was going on
superheated
there.
it.
And guess what, guys? That
What?
was not in the first Justice League movie.
Oh, so how did they find it? In that
I don't remember. I'm pretty sure Batman used some location device or something like that.
They
MacGuffin?
found it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
they just said that they did.
I don't remember exactly.
So is the context of the Superman fight the same as this one?
What do you
Because
mean? Like
I
when
thought someone told me when they watched the
which one
original.
against Steppenwolf or against Justice League?
No, against Superman when he came back. I
Against the
was
Justice
told that
League.
he was under mind
Yeah, yeah.
control.
No,
Is
he's
that
not
not
in my.
true?
No, he was not in mind control in the first one.
Okay.
He was just
So
like,
it's the same. It was
yeah, it's the
amnesia.
same. Yeah, it's the same.
Okay.
It was pretty much it was pretty much almost scene for scene the same, but they added a little bit more. Like
Oh, okay.
the way he was coming after Batman was not in the first movie. Like he didn't see anybody else but Batman. it was pretty crazy, yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, but that was one of the scenes I enjoyed actually, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a solid scene.
Yeah,
Uh, I
100%.
have, yeah, I have plenty of action scenes in this movie that I loved. Like
What?
reeling it back to the beginning of the movie
Yeah, the
where
Amazon scene.
Steppenwolf was,
Oh,
yeah, and the Amazons just kicking the horses like nothing.
bro, even in the temple, it starts in the temple. It was fantastic. Like you
Yeah,
remember the line that the Amazons yell out? Like they actually
the
gave me a look.
lines.
They gave me chills. Yeah, it was like show them your fear. We have no
Oh
fear.
yeah,
I love that. That was
Oh
really good.
yeah,
That was really good.
that was on brand.
Yep, that was really good. It was epic
I
too. I was like, yeah, yeah.
I I did jokingly point out, I was like, y'all are about to cave this thing in and then like fracture the cliff and make it go down, but y'all know there was like a sunroof, right?
Hundred
They
percent,
could just fly out of it.
100%. There's no way that does anything to Steppenwolf. I'm pretty
Yeah,
sure
I mean
she
it's
knew
just
that.
rocks.
I don't even know why
It's
she
like,
said
Yeah.
seal them. Like, how does that seal anything?
yeah, there was a hole in the roof.
Yeah, it's weird. It's weird. Like that scene where when the queen was running out and the chicks were catching the wall as she was running out.
Oh yeah,
That was pretty badass. Pretty
Yeah, yeah.
badass. Yeah.
Cool.
strong woman.
Yeah, that's a strong woman instead of the other stuff that we're getting nowadays in movies. Yeah.
Yeah, multiple Steppenwolf fights.
Oh yeah.
It's always coming in and out of a boom tube.
Mm-hmm. I like the way they executed Steppenwolf too. It was pretty epic.
What do you mean?
When he got hit by like Cyborg, then Aquaman hit him, then he flew in the air, and then Wonder Woman cut off his
Yes.
head. Like yeah, it was,
Yes, the
Oh,
team up
yeah.
attack.
yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
right. How they executed him.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
I thought you meant like how they did his character.
Oh yeah, yeah.
No, how they
yeah.
executed.
Yeah,
How
yeah.
they murdered him.
Yeah, how they
Yeah.
murdered him. Yes.
And then
Yes.
Darkseid just catches his head with his foot and crushes.
And then we were going to resort to the old ways. Ready the Armada.
Yeah.
Epic. Yeah. That was not in the first movie. I don't think we seen Darkseid in the first movie.
Yeah, I think
Oh,
I've heard
really?
other people
I don't
say
think
this.
so. I don't think he was in the first movie.
Yeah.
You see how crazy this is? It's a
Yeah.
completely different movie, yo.
Do you guys want to move on over to talking about the epilogue and maybe
Sure.
any secret things like some nods or like fan service stuff? You brought up King a good
Mhm.
point. I didn't even think about it, but the Asian doctor is
Mhm.
apparently Adam.
Yep, he is. Yeah,
Yeah.
and at the end of the movie, there's another scene with him, and they give him the keys to Star Labs. I believe. I believe that's what happens.
Yeah, I noticed they. I mean that is a in canon thing is
Yep.
that Doctor Stone is part of Star Labs. It's funny. Like I've always known it to be a Flash thing, but apparently it's like a joint unison.
Who is Adam?
Adam, I don't know his actual name, his
Me
like
neither, honestly.
human name, but it's a scientist that it's DC's version of Ant-Man.
That's what I
His whole
thought. That's
thing
what I've
is
heard.
yeah, he gets small and big.
Oh, Adam. Atom. Gotcha.
I
Yeah.
see. Yeah, there's a lot of double things going on right now. Yeah.
But
Yeah, I don't really
I
know
think
too
he
much about
fucks with
Adam.
biochemistry.
I believe so. Not too sure
Okay.
though.
Yeah, I'm someone who's more of a Marvel guy. It's interesting
Yep.
them alluding to all these new heroes.
Yep. There's definitely a lot, and I don't remember
The
Adam in the
two
first
s-
movie either. To be
Yeah,
honest.
that's probably possible. I could see them erasing like if there's anything to shave, it's probably him. He didn't really serve a big point. It was
Nah, not at all.
definitely fan service.
Not
The
at all.
two scenes that we got of John Johns,
Yep.
Yeah.
one being
The first one
actually
was
part of the
epic.
movie, the other one was an epilogue.
I love the first reveal. Like it was epic because I did not
Epic?
expect that at all. Yeah, because I didn't expect that. I thought it was like actually Clark Kent's mom that actually came to see
Oh.
her.
Right.
But then when he
I
walked
think
out
our
and changed, I was
definition of
like,
epic is different
what?
here.
Yeah, it was just like an epic reveal. Yeah.
Well, for me personally, I feel like it's like shadowing his existence because he doesn't even like no one in the scape knows that it's him.
Yep.
And
100%.
he's doing it why? To like nudge Lois out into the world to cuz he knows something that she can calm Superman.
Yes. He is, just for some context, he was in Man of Steel.
Oh, he
Also,
was?
yes, he was. Yep, he
Was
was
it the
like,
same guy?
yep, 100%.
Or did they
Same black guy.
really?
Yep, same black
That
guy.
was before Man of Steel definitely came out before Supergirl. And
Supergirl.
like yeah, Supergirl is the show that he's in currently. This is
Oh, is
it
it?
is this yeah.
Okay.
I looked it up. It is the same actor that plays it in the graphics. Like I said before I watched the movie, I told you I was like, I bet they're just gonna use the same assets, and they did.
Huh.
I see.
That
I
is
see.
how he looks in the show. It looks pretty good.
Nice.
I see.
I'm a pretty I wouldn't say huge, but I do like Martian Manhunter.
I do too. I feel like he should have been there instead of Aquaman.
Mm.
Oof, I don't know about a replacement.
I do. I don't think. I don't think
I'm more of
Aquaman's
a
a
more the
popular
merrier kind of
character.
guy. I would love a big team, but I there's also the juggling, you know, like they're already having issues now with how many people they have, so
Mm-hmm.
don't
Yeah.
want to overload them.
Mm-hmm.
But let's get into epilogue,
Cool. Okay.
like the post, you know, uh,
Like the
the
wrap up.
resolution of
Yep.
the movie. So like the yacht where we
Lex
see
Luthor.
a figure, yeah, and we're
Oh,
revealed
right.
that Deathstroke, aka Slade, is about to make a deal with Lex Luthor
Mm-hmm.
and some sort of team up. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
by the way, Jesse Eisenberg is now bald.
Yep.
Oh God.
Yep. And
Let's talk
and
less about Jesse.
somehow he has escaped from prison.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah, yeah, right. They went in there and found some random dude.
Yep. Laughing.
Laughing his ass off.
Yep. So what did you guys think about that?
Um
This has been built up. Oh, little context here. There was supposed to be the Batman movie produced and directed by Ben Affleck, and Deathstroke was supposed to be the villain in that movie. So this
Oh,
was the
really?
scene that kind of like built towards that,
Is
okay.
because because Lex Luthor gives the name of Bruce Wayne to Deathstroke, and now he can actually
Oh.
yeah.
So is that going to definitely connect to the movie that we're gonna get here soon?
Not the Robert Pattinson Batman. It was supposed to be the Ben Affleck led directed Batman.
Ah,
That's what it's gonna
well
lead
that's
into.
gonna be confusing then.
Yep. Yeah, this
Huh.
whole multiverse thing is going on, so it's a little wonky. But yeah, sorry. I mean, interrupt there.
No, you're good. Um, yeah, I don't know. Did you have anything you wanted to say about the Slade thing, Drill?
just good casting. I like that scene, and
Okay, yeah,
what it's alluded to in the future.
The costume is perfect.
I've heard a
Yeah,
lot of people are happy with the casting too.
yeah, it
Yep.
looks solid.
Hmm.
Like I don't really care about what he looks like under the mask, but even so, like from what I've seen, that's perfect casting for what he should look like.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And they hinted that Batman took his eye. They hinted at that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They
So
hinted at what?
that Batman took his eye because he only has one eye, and he has a
Oh, right.
yeah. So yeah, that's the thing there.
Um,
Yeah.
Oh, there's another character we didn't talk about also.
yeah.
He was
Uh,
only in one scene. That was Joker.
oh, yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
So the
That
epilogue.
was,
Yeah, this is the
man,
epilogue
they
too.
they
Yep.
alluded to a whole lot of stuff now that I think about it.
Yeah, they
I don't
really
know
did.
what they got planned out in the
So,
future.
I think Zack Snyder actually released his plan for the Zack Snyder verse. Like because also there's a scene with Lois Lane and they show a pregnancy test, and Zack Snyder has notes that said that she was supposed to get pregnant, and
okay.
and her son was actually going to become the new Batman. So that
Oh
was
man,
Mm,
that was
I
going to
wonder how
blow
much of
everybody's
that's
mind.
actually
yeah, that
gonna happen.
But yeah,
so
like
Superman's son would be the next Batman.
yes, yeah. And
Uh,
then Lois was supposed to die because that's when they showed. Remember, Darkseid walks up to Superman and puts his hand on his shoulder
yeah.
because he's holding Lois's Lane's charred body. Yeah,
Yeah.
and that's the
Oh,
And
yeah that was the future. Yep,
good times.
yep.
um we all unanimously dislike Jared Leto and like him as Joker, right?
Does not a 1% like for Jared Leto.
All
Yeah,
right.
There's
okay.
nothing I like about Jared Leto.
So
Indeed correct.
now,
I'm sorry, Drew. Did
now
you say
that
you liked
that's
him?
out of the way,
No, no, no. I'm saying it is unanimous.
Okay.
yeah,
Okay. Nice.
I will say that I really held on to one line that he said to
Me too.
Batman.
Me too. Me too.
Yeah, how he said that he wonders how many worlds have been, I don't know, I'm paraphrasing, but
He
have been
uses the word
screwed.
cojones.
You cojones?
Yeah, he's like, you don't have the cojones to
Oh
die.
yeah,
Yeah,
you
to
guys are
die
talking about different
yourself.
lines.
Yep. Yep.
But he said, like, I wonder how many worlds have fallen because, yeah, you don't have the cojones to die yourself.
Mm-hmm.
And
Oh, okay. Never mind. Right.
that really, like, I love the the Dark Knight Death Metal comic line, and it really feels like that's what it's hinting to. It could be anything, but that's what I gleaned from it, and it could mean, like you said, that they're playing with this multiverse thing. If that's so, that does bleed into the dark multiverse and the possibilities of evil Batman who become the Flash or become the Devastator or the Drowned or there's a Green Lantern one,
They got a lot of work to do.
Yep.
Dawnbreaker. Yeah, I
100%.
know. But yeah, that was the thing that I was just wondering is like how much of this is actually gonna have a payoff?
Zero.
Yeah.
Eh,
I don't think another
big white.
movie. I don't think another movie will be released within this Zack Snyder verse, like including Wonder Woman 3. Like,
Oof.
I don't think it's coming.
Yeah.
And Aquaman 2 also, but we'll see. Maybe they'll
I gotta
continue
say
with
I
the
of
mean, I
multiverse.
these
wonder how successful this Snyder cut is and what they'll make of that.
Ooh, yeah, I'm pretty sure it's going to be
it,
big
it
time
is always down
successful.
to the dollar, right?
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, this is a stream thing though, so it's a little weird.
Yeah, it is. Mm-hmm.
Well,
What's
it
today?
came out
What's
on
today?
stream
What's
and it's
today?
a
The
revision.
24th. What day did it come out? 18th.
Yeah, it sounds right.
Yeah,
Okay.
18th.
Yeah, so we should get the numbers here soon.
Um, I don't know. Want to say your final thoughts?
Sure. You want to set it off?
Maybe say, yeah. So coming to the rewatchability, I feel like that really affects, like, because I don't want to be too harsh, but at the same time, I know I sat through it once and it held my attention, but I don't know how likely it'll be that I won't get that urge of like, okay, I'm getting a little bored here,
Mm-hmm.
or maybe if I do cut it, like just watch the certain parts that I want to watch,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
because I will just say overall the movie it was entertaining, it was fun, but there's not a whole lot of meat and potatoes. Like it really is just an action movie for action.
Mm-hmm.
They try to do some story bits, and like we mostly got is the cyborg stuff and a whole lot of promises. Essentially, it's just promises for the future. Because really, what we're watching is just it's an adventure to get the boxes and keep them from Steppenwolf and Darkseid, and that is the whole movie.
Yeah,
And being 4 hours is a little bit much for me to watch a story that is all that it is.
Mm-hmm.
I
I
do
could see
appreciate
myself
it.
watching it once more,
Mm-hmm.
but
Yeah, I would give it a solid 7,
Yeah.
like
So we're
a
doing 1 out of 10s.
like a
Okay.
pretty high 7.
Nice. I respect it. Nice. Uh, like I said when we opened up here, I had zero expectations going in, and to put it like mildly, this movie is in a different stratosphere as the other movie. Like
mm,
it's honestly hard to even compare the two. But all in all, like for me, Flash improved his stock rose for me. I'm anxious to see a Flash movie. I can't wait to see it now. Wonder Woman, I'm still neutral on. I like if Wonder Woman 3 does come out, I will watch it, but I don't. There's nothing. She's not like spectacular, if you know what I mean.
no high expectations there.
Yeah, and Cyborg definitely rose. It was definitely a lot more Cyborg. I love the backstory. I love the him and his dad's story. It definitely fleshed that out more. Steppenwolf was an improvement. Um, Not really too much to say about Superman. He just kind of showed up and did his thing. Yeah, Batman. It's just what can you even say about Batman? Out of all the characters, I feel like you know how like it went through each one's backstory and kind of like gave you an introduction to like where their
Yeah.
motivations were. Batman did not have one, and
Right.
to not have one, um, and not have a movie to show your motivations also is just kind of weird, yo. So it just kind of felt like he was just there, like he was just like he
I'm
was.
not trying to defend it, but I feel like what it was is they believed that the audience would just assume that it's carrying over from Batman v Superman into this movie that, he felt bad. He definitely recognized the sacrifices Superman
Mm-hmm.
gave, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think it's like really early in the movie, you actually see him kind of tear up. He doesn't cry, but he like there's a little bit of tears, like when he sees that hologram of him.
Yeah. Mm.
And they're like at the memorial, and they left it destroyed. By the way, I thought that was
Yeah, they
funny.
did.
Like
They
they
did.
didn't even fix it. It's like they wanted it to be like a scar
Yeah, and
Yeah,
on.
I
that
mean,
was like years later too. I think.
Yeah,
Superman wrecked it, so
Yeah.
yeah. Um, but yeah, maybe they just assumed that the audience would just get it. That it's like, okay, Batman is just gonna try and salvage, the Justice League, try to carry on without Superman. But yeah, I mean, the movie doesn't really tell you that. It
Yeah.
doesn't
It doesn't.
try to say what what Batman's plans are.
Yeah.
Like I said, going back to Wonder Woman, she was kind of the glue of like setting shit up at first.
Yeah. It kind of just felt like Batman felt bad because he
Yeah,
took part in he killing Superman. Like
Sad
something.
Fleck really bled into the story here.
Yeah. It was. Yeah. But overall, I actually low key love the movie. Like, but besides like Batman and Aquaman, those are my only two problems, honestly. Besides those two, like I actually really did enjoy this movie, and it actually met my expectations. Like because they pumped it up so much. Like all the stars, all the cast members were talking about release the Zack Snyder film. I definitely understand why, 100%.
Okay,
And
so what's your verdict?
mm, like if it wasn't for fucking Batman and Aquaman, I'll give it a solid 8 though. Solid 8. Like I've watched
Okay,
it twice, and I plan on watching it again.
all
There's
right.
there's so many parts I just enjoy, just genuinely enjoy. Because I'm a DC fan. It's just I just nerd out all the time. But yeah, that's my thoughts.
I will take you. I will respect your opinion on that
Hmm.
because if you've already rewatched it.
Yes,
This is
twice.
a 4-hour long
Yep.
movie, which
Yep.
is longer than average.
Yep.
Like, and sometimes 2-hour movies kind of feel like it's pushing it. It really depends on the content itself, but the fact that you're even wanting to see more,
Mm-hmm.
I think that's completely fair
Mm-hmm.
for you to give it that rating.
Mm-hmm. Definitely. Definitely.
Drill.
Definitely.
yeah, I don't want to go too deep into it because I
Mm-hmm.
feel like I might have the least investment here just in the kind of franchise.
Mm-hmm.
But so just as watching it as like a kind of popcorn film, it was really fun, you know,
Mm-hmm.
and that's uh that's what I watched it for. So I do think I will rewatch it because I feel like the first time I watched it, I was not paying as close attention as I probably should have. Like I didn't respect it
Mm-hmm.
um, enough. So I can see myself rewatching in the future, and I probably my rating might change from then and now just because, like I said, I didn't pay it as much uh, respect as it might have deserved. But I'll give it a solid 7 for now.
Nice.
It might go up in the future.
Completely understand.
Cool.
Definitely
So,
a fun movie.
Yep. Definitely. Definitely worth the wait
so I
and the
think
watch.
amongst our general consensus, this is a win, at least
Yeah, it's
comparatively to
definitely.
its predecessor.
I think it's one of the best DC movies that's come
Yeah,
Oh,
out.
I mean they do have a pretty decent
live
roster
action
now.
stuff, right?
Yeah, live
2
action,
Wonder
not
Woman
completely.
movies, Aquaman movie.
Yep. Joker.
Shazam.
Oh, yeah. I guess that. Yeah,
Yep. Yeah. So
Batman, Superman.
yeah, I think it's definitely up
Uh,
there. It's definitely up there. I don't think it's
Uh,
the best, but
So,
it's top
does
tier.
anybody have like their number one that they are waiting, that they can't wait to see? That's like in the roster, that's on the way. Because mine is the next Suicide Squad. I
Oh,
really feel
okay,
like that's
nice,
gonna be a really fun movie.
oh,
nice,
Just going
really?
off the
Huh.
trailer, yeah,
nice. Yep.
I don't know what's coming up actually.
Helm by James Gunn, right? Again.
yeah.
Okay. Yep. Um. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff coming out. There's a lot of stuff.
There's the Black Adam movie,
Yep. Black Adam's
Oh
coming
yeah,
out.
yeah.
which I have very little expectation from that.
I have
That's
high as
you,
hell expectations for
King.
that
You
one.
and I have talked about it. You know
I'm
that it
hyped.
was they're mostly relying on the casting as opposed to the actual acting.
Fantastic casting, by the way. Fantastic. Yeah, there
uh,
definitely are. We'll see.
uh,
We'll see how it goes.
so is that they said that they're gonna do a Wonder Woman 3, but I think that's so far down the line.
Hmm. I think the
The
sorry, I
Yeah.
think the one I'm most excited for is the Flash. Like he really impressed me in this movie. Like with his acting,
mm,
like he can really like I feel like he can really carry a movie. Like I can sit there for 2 hours and watch him the entire time. I feel like that. Yeah.
oh,
I didn't feel like that coming into the movie though. Yeah. So yeah,
It'll be interesting.
yeah, definitely be interesting.
um, yeah.
Nice.
Uh,
I have an idea for an outro. If we think we're wrapping up here.
yeah.
Okay.
Hit it.
Thank you guys for joining us. We really do appreciate it. But we would like to know what you guys think about the movie. If you would drop it down to the comments, leave a 1 to 10 so we can debate it out on the next episode of the Millennial Mind Podcast. Again, thanks for being here.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Good.
Good times.
Yeah.
And we're out.